Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute. I haven't filmed in I think 2 years or something. But I was busy with school. And then I got into a bad reading slump and I haven't read a book in a while too. So I thought, just as like a kind of get to know me and just my bookshelf and just my love for reading, because it's been a minute, I thought to do a bookshelf tour of all the books I've read, haven't read, want to read, all that stuff. So let's get into the video. I'm going to start with this because it's closest and it's easy to move around. So let's get started. I'm going to start with Baryu / Off Campus, which is on my top shelf over there. I do love me a good sports romance. And I found with these books specifically, and the way Elle Kennedy writes it, easy to get through. They just feel like a big happy family, because I mean they all have their own issues with their own families, so they kind of just rely on each other. But it's very nice to see, because I mean they're the best and they're very amazing men. They're like obsessed with the girl, and I mean you can't really ask for anything else. Moving on, I own a lot of Colleen Hoover books. I have like maybe 8 in total. There's more at the back. I would say they're good to start out reading as, but for me, I found there are other books that I prefer and like more, but they're still a good read to start out with. Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Words cannot describe this book. I don't typically go for mythology genre books, but this one, I was seeing it, I think everywhere on like TikTok and stuff. And then I just was like, you know what? It sounds cute, probably gonna cry. Why not? It's gonna be a fun time. It was an amazing read. I cried a lot. But the characters and the romance between them, like, it's just so like poetic. Even how they describe each other and like the quotes, it's just so poetic and romantic, and they're just beautiful. They're amazing. So let me read one. There's one in particular that I always love. Okay. I could recognize him by touch alone, by smell. I would know him blind by the way his breast came and his feet struck the earth. I would know him in death at the end of the world. How cute is that? I love them so much. Shatter Me series. They are Aaron Warner. I mean, he's amazing. I would die for him. Obsession he has with Juliet, which is the girl, it's like instant kind of, but it's so well written that like I love it. Like, give me more. And she gave more. Everyone who hasn't read this, I always say, just like, if they ask me to recommend them a book, all the way. I need everyone to be obsessed with Aaron Warner. But yeah. Oh, also, Off Campus, the show. The show was so good. I loved watching it. A Little Life. I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce the name, but I mean, if you know, you know. This book tore me to shreds. I love Jude. He doesn't deserve any of the stuff he went through ever. and this book is like 800 pages. I love Jude. He's such a sweet soul, and I read this like it was either like close to New Year's or like Christmas before, and I was just bawling my eyes out in my room and had to stop multiple times because the pain, the toll this took on me, it's very sad. And yeah, read this at your own risk. That's all I'm gonna say. But I don't regret anything about reading that, because it made me like ugly cry, which, I mean, I'm fine with. Moving on to my shelf. We're gonna start at the bottom. So I have Addicted to You, still have to read. Crescent City, still have to read. And then I have the Rec Room series. I'm pretty sure this was the first one. Was it? Or maybe this was the last one. It's the last one. Delirium is the first one. I read this when I first started to read. It was the like most amazing book I could have started with, if I'm being so honest. It is very dystopian. Okay, yeah. And in alternate United States, love has been declared a dangerous disease, and the government forces everyone who reaches 18 to have a procedure called a cure. And yeah, so the main character goes under the procedure, but then she ends up meeting a guy, Alex, and he's kind of like a rebel, like it's kind of like bad boy, good girl, because he is in this group called the Wilds that doesn't agree with what the government has in place and like its views. And they meet and it goes up from there. But their love story, I honestly don't remember a good portion of this. I just know I had an amazing time reading it, and I cried multiple times. I also think in front of my family, I was crying. The characters were fine. I just felt sad. So, highly recommend. It is by Lauren Oliver. Amazing.
Guys, there's novellas to this whole series. I'm on, oh, that's bright. I'm on Goodreads now, and I was checking my ratings. That's still bright for the books. And wow, there's Delirium 0.5, Delirium 1, which is like the first main book, Delirium 1.1, Delirium 1.5, the second book, which is Pandemonium, then 2.5, then the third final book, which is Requiem. Literally since when? This makes me want to reread it, because I feel like novellas change things. Because even with Shatter Me, I didn't read them, and I saw a YouTuber, Larry. She read like the whole series and the novellas, and I'm pretty sure in her video she was saying how like the novellas, like it's about Aaron, and like it gives you more about him and like how, like his life, and also especially how he is with Juliet. Because I remember her saying in one of the novellas, like he was like just like admiring her and like staring at her over her doing like the most simplest things. And I'm like, I wish I read those, but I didn't. I might low-key put the series back on my TBR for August. but it's not going to be towards like my main TBR. It's just like a side quest thing. Because now I'm just curious. I also read the series like 5 years ago. It's been a long time. So I genuinely remember nothing about these books, but I had an amazing time reading them.
I have the fine print by Lauren Asher with that whole series. Have not read it. I want to. Anyways, now moving to here. This is kind of like my fantasy shelf. Yeah. So I have Dance of Thieves, the duology. It was really good. This is like my first kind of dive into fantasy, kind of that world. It was so good. They were a good starting point, and I really enjoyed them. I was having the most fun time ever reading them. I cried, as always. The story is good. I just kind of forget what happens. I have a very bad memory, which doesn't help any of this. I have The Shadows Between Us. I kind of forget what happened. I think she falls in love with the guy that she wasn't supposed to fall in love with. I think it was enemies to lovers. I'm pretty sure. And then Alice X. This one, I devoured, to say the least. What I found the most intriguing about this and the most interesting was the fact of how the world was built. Because I mean, it's like academic, it's like a certain society, and like there's powers, they have these abilities, and I haven't read like anything similar to this. And it still stands out for me. Because even the progress of the story and how the characters develop, it's all very well done and well thought out, and it's also not complicated. I found it like kind of easy to understand what was going on and like the rules and the world and all that stuff. Oh yeah, I also love how it has like, how for like each chapter it has like the pictures of the people, because the drawings are also so cute and just like so pretty. I love it. But yeah, I really do recommend this a lot. And then let me go here and then I'll go back to this. But this is all Stephanie Garber books, so Carnival series and Once Upon a Time. I read the Carnival series. I did enjoy it a lot. And then Once Upon a Time, I read like half and then I just stopped. But the covers are beautiful. But I just don't think I was that hooked, which I was surprised because the main character of Once Upon a Time is in Carnival and I wanted more of him. But now that I got more of him, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But also, I got the special edition ones. They're beautiful. I love them. Mind you, these ones are good too. I don't know. I like the spine of it. Oh God. I Need You to Hate Me by Genesis. Ace and Kala, I love them. They're amazing. This one is also bad boy, good girl vibes. Because Ace, at the start of when he met the girl character, they're kind of, they don't get along, and then he just like randomly shows up in her house. Because I'm pretty sure he knew her friend, or like her friend's boyfriend, or like something along those lines. But all I have to say is Ace. He's amazing. Cause there's also a darkness to him, and kind of like a mystery, because he does have kind of a dark past. but I just, Ace and Katla, I will never get enough of them. I cried, I think, also all throughout the series. It's 3 books. Book 2 is the longest one. Also, the covers. That's beautiful. Like, yeah. This is Ollie, my dog. You're so cute. Hi. You gonna stay with me? Sit. What's wrong? It's so good. I have not seen this book about that often, but I highly, 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 highly recommend this. Moving on to my dark romance shelf. This is a mafia romance. It is actually so good. I got attached to this very fast. This one I think is also an arranged marriage. Yeah. It was perfect. Everything about it was amazing. He was also protective of her, even though he wasn't really like obsessed with her to a point. But it's so good. The only one I didn't like in this trilogy was the last book, because I just don't like how the last book started. I feel like the first 2 was a good build-up, but then the last book, all I remember was the fact that she was tied to a bed, I think naked, like chained up, and I just felt uncomfortable. So, do you mind? Okay, and then the ones I'm gonna say now are like my top 2 in dark romance. The Mindfuck series. This one is all of them combined in one book. So it's long, but how long is it? It's like 700 pages almost. But this book is amazing. It's a serial killer romance thing. She falls for a cop, and the cop is looking into the people that are dying. This is all in the back of the book, but they meet. They're curious and like interested about each other, and that progresses throughout the story. What I love about this book is honestly her. Like, the main girl character, she's so like strong and like just this like powerful girl boss girl. I mean, like, you go through her past and everything and it's traumatic, but it makes so much sense for all of her actions throughout the book. 5 stars. 5,000 stars. I love it so much. If you haven't read them, I would recommend reading them. Zane Meadows I love with all my heart. The second book, I found you kind of get to know him more, and like you understand a lot more about him. And it just makes like you like them together as a couple a lot more. He just stalks her. Like the first book, like you're kind of like, this is weird. Like there's just some stuff that happens where it's like, oh, why is this happening? Like, this is so, especially like the gun scene. If you've read it, you know. It's a stalker romance. And I can't wait for this to be turned into a movie or a show. I don't know what it's being turned into, but I can't wait. I'm scared because I don't know, one, if they're gonna find the right people for the cast, 2, I mean, to think about all the scenes, I'm excited. But I'm gonna have to pause every 5 seconds when it gets to like the spicy scenes. Cause wow. That's my bookshelf. Now, piles on the floor. These are kind of like thriller. Okay, I have 2. Also I've read none of these on the floor except for one, but Reappearance of Rachel Price, and the only one left. I have not read these. I think I tried the Reappearance one, but then I didn't continue it. There's that. And then these 2 are more popular. The Inheritance Games, which is kind of older. And then The Naturals. This one is kind of murder mystery, I think. Or it's a girl like trying to solve murder cases, I guess. That's all I know about it. Moving on, dark romance. This one I'm currently reading. I read a decent chunk and then I stopped and I haven't gone back to it. It's pretty much the girl kind of broke the guy and like messed him up, and of how she ruined his life. So far, it's good, but I don't know why I stopped, but I stopped. So I have to get back into that. These 2 are popular. Her Soul to Take. I just got this because it's about a demon. So I don't know how that could be romance with a human, but only reason why I got this was because of the demon. But there's that. And then Butcher and Blackbird. This is serial killer, I think. Yeah. Should be a fun read. Moving on. Fantasy. Hi. So, actor. I want to get into Sarah J. Maas world, although it's very complex. I have been wanting to get into this for like 2 years, a year. So yeah, hopefully that'll happen soon. Next, this I got at, I think, Walmart when I went with my mom to Florida and my dad. But Belladonna, this one is with, it's like a romance between deaths. That's the only reason why I got this. I just saw the back and that it had death on it, and that's enough for me. So yeah. Then from Blood and Ash, this I mainly just got because I wanted to get into fantasy. So there's this. Then the more popular ones are like kind of recent is Powerless and Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing, I read a couple of pages. I'm at 116. But moving on to romance for the most part. There's Magnolia Parks. I saw this on YouTube and I forget the creator. I'll put her on the screen. But I think she was doing a reading vlog on the series, or maybe just like the final book or one of the books. And then that just hooked me. But Boys of Tommen, I mainly want to read this because it's very like found family type, and I oh my god, I love those books. What I was trying to say. But yeah, it's just so like comforting to read that and just cute. So there's that. Then Dare You to Hate Me by B. Celeste. I don't know what it's about. I think I just saw it at the bookstore. I'm like, oh, that looks fun. It's sports though. It's hockey. No, I lied. It's football. Yeah. I also got it because, I mean, same name. So how can I not? Next is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I couldn't tell you what this is about. It's a cute cover though, but I have no clue. And then last one is If He Had Been With Me. I got this because I just saw it was very sad and I just wanted a good cry. But my last book, oh my god, I posted a reading vlog on A Thousand Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. I will never not say how much I love this book, how much I love the characters, how much I love the story. God, just talking about this makes me want to like fall my eyes out. I did not think it would break me as much as it did, but it wrecked me a lot. And the quotes, oh, how am I already crying? These joined hands, a reminder that we were poppy and ruined, somewhere under all the hurt and pain, under all the new layers we'd acquired, we were still here in love, two halves of one heart. I can't, there's a second book to this. This one is focused on her sister. And I can't really say anything more because it spoils what happens in the first book. So it just explores how the sister deals with things that happen after the first book. But I still have to read it. That is the end of my book tour. I hope you enjoyed it. If there's any books that you want me to read or to just add on to the list of books that I still have to read, do it in the comments please, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on some of the books that I talked about. If you liked them, didn't like them, your favorite stuff about them, and yeah, also what books I should read for next month because I have not picked out any TBR books, so let me know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I had an amazing time filming this, and I hope you guys enjoy it.